Ready? Sure. Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and call to order the January 12th Board of Commissioners meeting. I've had the pleasure of having COVID over the holidays, and we got a pretty full schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and de-mask just for the audience at home and for everyone here. So welcome. It's a pleasure to see everyone this new year. I'd like to welcome Commissioner Arnold to the team. I certainly look forward to serving the constituents of Daviess County with Michael and Ron. And as has been our custom, we'll go ahead and begin with an opening prayer. And we have Rodney Moeller with the Word of Life Church. Rodney?
Morning, Rodney.
Gracious Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this morning to be allowed to put our feet on the floor and to enjoy life as you have given. We just thank you, Jesus, for watching over us and the affairs of this county here. We just want to bring them to you, Lord, today. Ask that you give direction and clear wisdom, Lord, to the men and women here who have to deal with the putting in place of the statutes of this county. So we just prayed for direction now. We give you thanks for your blessing, and we honor you today in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rodney.
Thanks, Rodney.
We'll go ahead and recess the Board of Commissioners meeting, and we'll open up the annual Drainage Board meeting and for the election of officers. So currently our list of officers for the Drainage Board are Patty, do we have that list? Oh, it's the same. So so that would be in the Board of Drainage that goes by chairman, vice chairman, and secretary. I'm the current chairman. I believe Tom McCracken was vice chairman,
Yeah.
and then Michael was secretary. So we'll need to change that up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd entertain any suggestions on that.
I'll make a motion to move myself to chairman, Nathan Gebhardt to vice chairman, and Ron Arnold as secretary. Maybe Michael Taylor as chairman.
Any questions or discussion? If not,
No, it's fine.
I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Arnold. I will second. All in favor, say aye.
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 A motion passes 3-0. Okay, so, Mr. Chairman, I'll let you conduct any business under the Drainage Board.
Is there any business for the drainage board today? If not, look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Nathan Gebhardt, second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Okay, back to you again.
Go ahead and adjourn.
Huh?
Was that the adjournment?
Yeah, adjourn, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we'll go ahead and call to order the annual Board of Finance meeting. We'll start with the election of officers. Current chairman, I believe, is myself. Vice chair is Tom McCracken, and secretary is Michael Taylor. And I would entertain any discussion for the officers.
I'll make a motion to make myself, Michael Taylor, as president, Nathan Gebhardt as vice president, and Ron Arnold as secretary.
Great. If there's no discussion, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Arnold. I will second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes 3-0.
All right. Jamie, do you have anything? Come on up here, I guess. Come up and state your name.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
Hello. I'm Jamie Chapman, the newly elected treasurer, and Elaine has passed on, and I updated the Board of Finance investments, and they were offered to the financial institutions. You got your packet with the figures, and they're on both on file, and the auditor and treasurer, and it's about cut and dry like last year. Its policy stayed the same.
Same, okay.
Yeah, and with the pandemic, the rates are low right now, but we're looking for better 2021.
Sounds good. You guys have anything for Jamie today?
I was gonna say, anything for me today?
Nope.
The interest earned, it just dumps back into the general fund
Yeah.
on this.
Well, the recorder gets their interest on, when you see the breakdown.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so it goes back to these individual
Yeah,
accounts? Okay,
yes.
gotcha. Thank you. No further questions.
Anything else? Don't have anything else?
No, thank you.
Anything else, Jamie?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
All right, give it back to you.
Very fantastic. Now we'll go ahead and reconvene the Board of Commissioners meeting. First on our agenda is we got the 2011 election of officers. Currently, we got myself as president, Tom McCracken as vice president, and Michael Taylor as secretary. And I'd entertain any discussion on 2021 offices.
Anything wrong?
I would recommend that Michael Taylor be president, Nathan Gabhart vice president,
Yourself,
myself
secretary.
as secretary.
Any other discussion? Okay, I will second that. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Dump all the stuff on me now?
Yeah, now it's all yours.
Alrighty. Moving on, we got the annual conflict of interest forms. You guys, I think I filled mine out. You guys got yours filled out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Got the nepotism. Nepotism, same way. You guys got all that too, don't you? All right. All right, annual appointments. We got the county attorney, IT director, courthouse maintenance supervisor, veterans officer, highway department supervisor, and weights and measures is our annual appointments for the commissioners. Any discussion on those?
No, none here.
I would like to have a better understanding on the county attorney. What's being operated under, I guess, is the memorandum of employment that was put in place. I think that needs to be reviewed. One thing, if it's the one I got a copy of, it's outdated. It states that the firm of Hayesdet and Swartz-Truber will be paid, not this new firm. And then just the terms and conditions. It's not clear on what can be charged and what's normal. So that needs to be updated.
All right. Anything else on the appointments?
None here.
Okay. I'll look for a motion to approve all the appointments that I mentioned earlier.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Favor, Ron? Aye.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Appointments stay the same. Meeting minutes from December 22nd meeting. Are there any corrections or anything on those that anybody found?
No, I did not see any.
Okay.
I would entertain a motion to approve.
I got a motion from Nathan to approve. You gonna
Second.
Aye. And I'll second that. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-1 on that one. Ron abstains. Motion carries. Passes. All right, Phil, Highway Department. Morning, Phil.
Good morning. How are you, gentlemen?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Good.
Okay. We did have a highway meeting. Michael has the statement.
Yeah, we had a highway meeting this morning. Michael Taylor and Ron Arnold attended. Health and Safety Plan, IOSHA. Morning meetings, the Highway Department discussing whether we're gonna continue this or not. 5-year plan, cost shares, billings from highway projects for road improvement. And then I made a motion to adjourn and Ron seconded it.
Okay, first up, Triaxial Bid. As you remember, last meeting, we awarded the bid to Truck Centers, Inc. for a new Triax 2022 Triaxle for the Highway Department. Upon review of the bid, they had actually included a full-length frame reinforcement, which was not in our spec. I caught that when I was reviewing it and asked them to remove it. So I would like to amend the bid. It's less by $694 than what it was before. So originally, we approved $176,982, and now it would be $176,288, which is less. The reason that we do that is because reinforce the frame full length back under the bed because we use salt and sand.
Get salt between it.
It's
Rust between it.
That makes it rust and expand, and it runs the truck in about 10 years. So I'll look
Good
for,
catch on that one then.
look for approval from you guys.
That was a what, 2022?
2022
Freightliner.
Freightliner 114 SD.
All right, any other discussions on the bid?
No.
Ron? I look for a motion to approve the Triaxial bid for 2022 Freightliner 114 SD.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
900 East updates. We continue to move forward. All the right-of-way has been acquired and has been cleared by NDOT, so that's great news. We're waiting, hopefully this week, we'll get a notice to proceed on the utilities for rural water and REMC to begin their work. Waiting for FEMA's approval from NDOT for the money, basically a PO, so we can give them the notice to proceed to start that work. Highway Department has been out there. We were out there 4 days last week and started back there again this morning, removing trees to meet the brown bat deadline to make sure trees are felled before.
That March 1, is that when it
Yeah.
is?
So I anticipate another 4 to 5 days out there to finish that work. Also, we did participate in the federal call for projects with Odin this past week. I want to thank you commissioners, all 3 of you, and Bryant was there. Anybody else at that meeting? I know Gary wrote a letter in support of the project on West Street in Odin. It's basically a waiting game now that we've been interviewed, but I thought the town did a good job. Commend them, the town board, and Mandy for setting that all up and doing a fantastic job during the interview process. We did learn that there's, about $100 million in funding and about $380 million worth of ask. So it will be very competitive. Whether we get awarded or not, whether the town gets awarded or not is to be determined. But
Do we know what that time frame is?
they thought they would have them reviewed within a couple weeks, so I would anticipate 3 to 4 weeks before we know anything. Okay, so 900 East, I have a NDOT contract to present for signature this morning. Sent that to Grant and all of you, so hopefully you read that. Got the summary sheet attached to it. This is for construction of 900 East Phase 4 and 5. It's an increase of $1,036,596.73 on the federal side, and a $235,000 increase for the local match. This would be a new not to exceed number of $12,832,145.73. And again, this is the NDOT contract, basically.
That's the total contract, right? 12 million?
10 million.
Look over that if you want to.
I'm seeing it. Mailed that out previously.
What's that?
He had mailed it out
Yep.
previously, so.
I was supposed to give everybody a chance to make sure it's the same
Yep.
thing.
Is that a problem with Phil?
It better not be.
It's not. I just give everybody the opportunity to look at it.
Looks good, Michael. Thank you.
All right. All right, I've got the contract here for NDOT to the county for Odin Cattleboro Road 900 East project, phase 4 and 5. There was an increase, like Phil said, of $1,036,596. Local match is $235,000 even. The grand total of $12,832,145.73. You're looking for a motion to approve the contract with NDOT.
Bill, did you have something?
Blue ink. I see Ron's
I
got
got
blue
blue,
ink. I
yeah.
was just checking.
Yeah, I think these are all, we always sign with blue ink anymore.
Name, title, and date on everything, and then Patty needs to attest it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Yep. All right, Phil, got NDOT 1100 East.
Yes, and I apologize. I didn't think about this being a contract, but that's the way they've worded this. I didn't prepare a cover sheet, but I'll be happy to do that, Patty. I can get it to you later. But so 1100 East, I'm sorry, 1100 North and 200 East,
Yeah.
between 57, where 57 makes the bend north of Plainville, was an unofficial detour while NDOT was replacing a concrete box structure up there this summer, and we'd had some damages on that. I had billed NDOT for our cost, to recoup our cost for the grading, calcium chloride for dust control, and rock on the road. And they've agreed to pay that. It was for $868.76. I present this to the board for signature so we can get our money back.
That road, I mean, 200 East was pretty abused. I mean, we got it in pretty good shape now.
Yes.
Okay. Read it.
You know, it probably only sees, what, 10 cars a day, maybe,
Yeah, then it was pretty well abused in that time frame.
when it goes to getting 800 cars a day on it, it didn't fare too well for a while.
All right, we got a contract here for the unofficial detour reimbursement from NDOT. on County Road 1100 North and 200 East. The amount of $8,800, $8,868.76. You guys have any more questions on that?
No, thank you.
Looking for a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart to approve,
Second.
second by Ron Aron. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
A couple things that are not on the agenda I'd like to bring up, if that's okay. Community crossings call is open. We previously discussed putting in for the Montgomery Bridge. I have started an application online to proceed with that. Guess everybody's still okay with that?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And also, we had been working with Butler Fairman Seifert on the bridge here in Washington. They've informed me that due to the workload that they've experienced with I-69 finish line project, that they won't be able to do a timely design for the Montgomery Bridge. So if you guys are okay, I'd like to switch to Lockmuller Group to allow them to start immediately getting design together for us.
They just that busy, you said, or what was the deal?
Yeah, the I-69 finish line
Okay.
project, Martinsville North,
Yeah.
they're doing all the bridge designs on that. And it's overwhelmed them, I believe.
You guys have anything to add, what Phil just said on the,
No questions.
Engineering
We've
group.
worked with Lockmuller often in the past. Had good luck, so no questions from me.
Okay, and the final thing is health and safety plan. We brought this up earlier due to our accident we had out on Bedford Road in March. IOSHA has been in. We've had a second closing conference. Grant attended that with myself. One of the things identified for their alleged violations was the fact that we don't have a health and safety plan. I'm not going to ask to approve it at this meeting, but potentially the next meeting. I'd like to have it reviewed. Maybe Grant and I sit down and review, go through it. I just want to make sure we're not doing something overly erroneous that's going to cause us a lot of problems moving forward by enacting the policy. Obviously, we want our employees to work healthy and safe with as little problems as possible. So. I did, Nathan. I gave Ron a copy of that this morning. Michael's got a copy. Grant and I will be requesting an informal conference once I receive the certified letter in the mail stating that we have X number of days to respond to those items listed on that closing conference sheet there. Grant, do you have anything to add?
Phil had some good comments for the inspector, and I feel like he's done a good job. Some of the things that they made comments about, I feel like weren't really issues, and so hopefully we can bring those things up at the informal conference, address them.
If nobody has any questions, that's all I have.
I just
I'm
want-
sorry, I missed something. I do have an Lpa voucher for
Okay.
900 East.
yeah.
Yep. I didn't get it on my notes here. 900 East LPA voucher for a right-of-way purchase. The amount of these are right-of-way services, not purchase. Right-of-way services, Lockmuller Group. $25,306.50, with 80% being reimbursable at $20,245.20.
right, I got an LPA voucher here for right-of-way services in the amount of $25,306.50 with the 80% reimbursable of $20,245.20. Any more questions on that?
None.
Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Bill, go back to BFNS and Lockmuller again. What was that services for again? Probably need to make a
For the
motion.
Montgomery Bridge.
Yeah, Montgomery Bridge. Do we need to make a motion on that probably? Switch vendors.
You're gonna, you're gonna get their bid amount, right? Or,
I mean, for them to
He's
do the
wanting to use,
design.
he's wanting to use Lockmuller Group for an
oh,
engineering services.
for the design, okay.
Yeah.
So is the cost with BFNS, so it's,
They prepared the engineer's estimate for us, and they've already been paid for that.
okay.
We don't owe them any more money.
Oh, so Lockmuller just takes that same
Yes,
and goes to the next step.
yeah. Of course, I'm gonna have them check it to make sure that they're good with the numbers that they've submitted before I submit them to NDOT for.
Approval.
Yeah.
Ron, you have any questions on that?
No.
Anything else?
Any questions?
Okay, so, we're gonna replace BFNS with, Lockmuller Group for the Montgomery Bridge for engineering services. Look for a motion for approval.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will be bringing their
3-0.
contract,
What's that?
I'll be bringing their contract back to you guys for
Right.
approval, so,
Thanks, Phil.
thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, moving on, we got SIDC COVID grant draw. Rhonda? Morning, Rhonda. You got the big packet here today, you win.
Yes. The review committee met. We're looking at the COVID 2 now. COVID 1, we've expended all those funds. We're currently in closeout on that one. With COVID 1, we were able to help 32 businesses retain 119 jobs for a total of $160,000. So that's great.
Yeah,
As you know, the county got another $250,000. Of that, with this drawdown, we're looking at helping 4 businesses retain 91 jobs. The total is $25,000. You should have gotten a letter from Daviess County Economic Development, as they're kind of taking that spot there to help out with the committee. The
Right.
committee has met, and recommends that the 4 there on that letter, receive the grant funds that you see there as that disbursement. So I'm just asking you to approve the draw for $25,000.
you guys have any questions on that? You have any
Nope.
questions on that? All right. Looking for a motion for approval on $25,000 draw for 4 businesses to keep 91 jobs in Daviess County on this COVID relief.
Grant number 2.
Grant number, yeah, grant number 2.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Okay, and then with that, I ask that you authorize SIDC to hit the submit button. There's a letter for that. Basically, you're authorizing me to go ahead and submit that on your behalf. So
Okay.
we do have to have that letter signed if you don't mind.
Is that letter in here somewhere?
Should be. I just ask for official approval that we are able to submit on your behalf.
Okay. That's all there is.
Yeah.
I guess. That is that one. Okay. All right. SIDC needs approval from the commissioners to submit the
Drawdown.
drawdown, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Used to, there was a form that you signed. Now they make us do this letter because it's all electronic in their electronic system. So we have to upload this letter that says you've allowed me to push the button.
Okay. SIDC needs a approval to draw down the money. for these applicants. Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Favor, Ron?
Yes.
Motion carries. Yep.
You
Motion
can have
carries three.
everything else, I just need the
Considered
letter.
3-0. Thank you, Rhonda.
And I'll send this back to Patty so she'll have a
All
copy.
right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Michael, Kathy Sullender sent a message, and she will not be able to attend due to the vaccines that are ongoing. So that's just an annual,
Yeah, we got, okay,
yeah, but she won't be able to come. If we have questions, we can contact her.
right. Okay, we got, next item on the agenda is 2021 immunization fee tickets. And you guys should have got those in your packets. And I didn't see much changes other than the COVID vaccination for the Moderna.
Yep, I didn't
Other
see
than
it.
that, nothing else, everything looks pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, Ron.
Yep.
Have any questions on that?
Nope.
All right, no other questions. I'll look for a motion to approve the 2021 immunization fee ticket.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. All right, CSI contract, Rosetta. Morning.
Good morning, Rosetta.
Yes, I'm Rosetta Newton, the newly elected recorder for Daviess County. I am here to get the CSI redaction services and support agreement signed by the commissioners. It's a 4-year term, and it's just up to be renewed. It's ongoing that we use with our software.
That comes out of your perpetuation fund.
Yes.
The price is
yes.
about the same, looks like, hadn't changed much, doesn't look like, is that right?
Yes, everything's pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys have any
No,
questions on that?
No questions.
All right, looking for, we got a contract summary here for CSI Computer System in the amount of $6,343 to be paid out of the perpetuation fund from the recorder's office. Do I have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Anything else, Rosetta?
No, I think that's all for now.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much.
Yep.
Good job on your first meeting. As easy as that, all right?
All right, Hoosier Insurance additional endorsements. And we've got a, actually, I thought that was different number than that.
Michael, I talked with Hoosier Insurance over this. This is, you have
That's for
several
the-
sheets of different things that were added.
Right. Endorsements, we got endorsement to add the building coverage from the annex and endorsement to add and delete vehicles and equipment. Looks like we actually got a credit for $344 on the endorsement of the vehicles.
Correct.
I thought there was a different number there. All right, so Hoosier Insurance additional endorsements, looks like a $2,111 for endorsements to the, cover to the annex. And we got a $344 credit for our fleet vehicles and equipment. The grand total of $1,767 from Hoosier Insurance. Guess I'll look for a motion for approval on that.
Yes, so moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. All right, we got the FMLA COVID Extension County Policy. I think we've been talking about this for a while, trying to get through all this. You guys have anything else on, you have anything on this, Nathan?
I believe, Patty, update, correct me if I'm wrong here. Just the policy that I shared with you a couple of days ago regarding the personnel policy of how each department head is ensuring that each employee.
Is that the work-at-home policy you're referring to?
Sure. Okay. So,
There's been a lot of emails going back and
There-
forth.
Yeah, I think
It's hard to keep up with it.
yeah, that's a good question. The terminology is getting a little confusing on this. So on number 11, that's specifically.
So this is the information I sent out regarding, as of December 31st, the federal Family Medical Leave Act, which was to do with the coronavirus relief, which paid employees up to 80 hours. It was a federal mandate on that, ended on December 31st. So my request is what the policy moving forward is from the commissioners. There is an option to extend.
Here,
Again, it's not funded.
that's what it is. The resolutions extend to March 31st
Yep.
of 2021.
And I think I sent out a little key sheet that was very helpful to me in understanding there is two components to that. There's a tax credit, which the counties are not involved with. We do not receive that credit. And the other part was we were mandated to fulfill that up to 80 hours, which we did. We worked with the health department, and we had a policy and a procedure that went through as far as when it was COVID related, how they had to have a note from the health department to the payroll.
Sure.
So that's the question before you, is for discussion on your wishes moving forward on how we take care of the HR payroll side of it.
Okay. Regarding that resolution we have there, I know there was some discussion in December on that, and I think the general consensus is that if an employee has not used their 80 hours of the FMLA protection, that there was some appetite to extend that through March 31st of 21 for those that have not exhausted those 80 hours if they are quarantined. So I would be comfortable extending it through March 31st. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
No, it doesn't add additional hours, it just lets them use what was
Yeah.
originally
Back in
plugged into
April.
it.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I have no issue.
Okay. I've got a resolution before me concerning the extension of the COVID-19 leave benefits, which will just extend the policy from, looks like December 27th, 2020 to March 31st of 2021. Any more discussion on that?
No.
No.
Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Any more discussion on the policy on moving forward with COVID? Not today. Okay.
I think we're
Yeah,
think
we're
we're
good for
whittling
today.
it away a chip
Okay.
at a time. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Moving on, got internal controls chairman. Elaine Wellman was our chairman on that was seated on there. Elaine is no longer with us. We're looking for a new chairman for our internal controls. Jamie, you want to step up and do something like that? Okay. That was easy.
All right, they say stop talking when you get the answer you want, so.
All right. I guess we'll look for a motion to approve Jamie Chapman as our new chairman for the internal controls.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. We're gonna leave Rosetta off the hook on this one. Her first meeting, we don't want her to leave too many titles.
All right, we got the annual gross wage report. You guys should have received that in your packets. Is there anything you guys want to discuss on the wage reports for the county?
None on my end.
Ron, you have anything?
No.
That's just a requirement that we submit that annually for the record, and then I believe it has to be posted in proper places according to the IC code.
Do we need to make a motion on this or not?
No motion
All right,
required.
just FYI then. All right, moving on. Got 2021 commissioner appointments. I do have, real quick here, we got a certificate appointment to the Southern Indiana Development Corporation Board of Directors. I think Diana Snyder was on that board. Patty Ball has agreed to serve on that board. Great, look at that. Great.
Sounds good.
Problem with that? Okay, I look for a motion to approve Patty Ball for the SIDC appointment.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Going too easy this morning. Getting
Yeah, that's
appointments.
great.
Should have the overall list of the appointments there, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's all been completed as far as.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go through them here real quick. Patty, I'll let you fill the rest of that out. You probably want your penmanship, not mine. All right, the rest of the annual appointments, you guys have a copy of that or have it in your packet. I think I got hold of everybody on my page except for Dr. Omar. I've still not got a hold of him. Did you get everybody back on yours?
Yes, and then David Gray is going to take over for Alan Brown on that. I forget the exact title. It's some Homeland Security or Area District 10, whichever one Alan Brown was on. It's going to be David Gray. I may have sent that on, but I can't.
That's actually David Gray.
And then I sent some updated contact information on to the auditor's office too, so each year the process gets easier and easier.
Yeah. All right, any other questions or comments on the,
Would it be possible to delay the appointment for the Westgate Authority?
Westgate Authority?
Hopefully just till the next meeting.
Okay.
I'd like to reach
I
out
don't
to.
think we got everything finalized on this thing yet, anyhow.
Do they have a meeting? So on that one, I mean, I did contact, I think Natalie was on there, and she did reply that she would like to remain on there. It is at the approval of the commissioners, obviously. Do we know when the next Westgate meeting is? Okay, so we'll probably need to go ahead and just maybe do a 1 month, if there's any other discussion. Obviously, they will be attending this meeting today under our authority, so.
Well, if we don't approve this today, it'll just be carried over to the next meeting, right?
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine, as long as they have the authority to attend today's meeting.
So if we could just, if you want us to table this then, Ron, is that what
Yes.
you want to do? Okay.
Sure, and just so I can ask, so what are we tabling it for? Who's gonna do what over the next 2 weeks? And just so,
I had reached out to Mrs. Smith, and she did not get back with me, but I want kind of an update on what's going on with the authority board. When that board was set up, which certainly I was involved in the process, it was set to where the president's position would rotate on an ongoing basis. And of course, that wasn't defined what an ongoing basis was. But we've had a president up there now for a number of years, and to be quite honest, from my standpoint, the project's just not moving like it should.
Yeah.
And I did get a call from a gentleman that used to serve on the board that had been contacted by the President Authority, understanding that there was an opening, and wanted to know if he was interested in serving.
Okay,
So I just
sure.
want to tie it down and see what's going on.
Perfect, as long as something's happening in the next 2 weeks, so yeah,
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
All right, I guess we'll look for a motion to table the 2021 commissioner appointments.
I'll make that motion.
Got a
Yeah.
motion by Ron Arnold.
All of them, or just the
Or do you-
Westgate?
Is everything else?
I think everything else
Everything else is pretty
everyone
good.
else has been contacted, so.
Okay, let's revise that motion then. We'll, let's go ahead and, we'll approve the 2021 commissioner appointments, except for the Westgate Crane Authority. We'll table that till the next meeting. Have that motion.
So moved.
Okay, the motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Resolution to transfer funds and establish additional processes regarding the CARES Act. So we've got a resolution to transfer funds and establish additional processes regarding the CARES Act funding, and that was in the amount of $1,060,927.26. Patty, you want to say anything on that?
That is just a requirement to be able, for the auditor's office to transfer the money from the county general to the rainy day fund. And on the first part of that resolution, and the second part of that resolution, as far as the policy and procedure, we're just looking for those details to be developed.
Right. Any other questions, gentlemen?
No?
Ron?
No.
Okay.
Real quick.
Look for, go ahead.
But
Yep.
do you want to go ahead with that today, or would you like, in your opinion, should there be additional language in this?
My personal opinion is that there needs to be an additional procedure or process developed that may lend to efficiency and transparency and clarification, but that's up to the board.
The way it currently reads is just to transfer funds from one fund to another, and then apply for said funding using the Indiana Finance Authority's forms, and then attend a commissioners meeting and a council meeting. So if there's, I think when I spoke with Patty yesterday, she was interested potentially in a committee to review those forms ahead of time. Whatever your wishes are, I don't know that.
My only request is that to help aid in this process of distributing that money, that we do have clear directives to the people who are going to come and try to obtain that money.
Well, it still has to go to the commissioner and council regardless,
Right.
right?
So if, I'm just asking that if we have some clarification on your long-term plans and vision on the use of that money. That's my request.
It's, my original thoughts with that money was it just basically got dumped back into our rainy day or whatever fund they chose, and just for future use, and that we can, is it a pretty broad application of what we can use it for now?
In the rainy day fund, it is, that's why we're asking to move it to rainy day. There's a broad use of the funds out of that.
I guess I'm just, how restricted do we want the use to be on those monies? Because obviously these are monies, Ron, that we were given this past year that we haven't utilized for the COVID response yet. So going forward, if there's a crisis B versus,
Right.
that's new, do we want to pigeonhole the money? So just open discussion. I always, the less bureaucracy, the better.
Yeah,
Right now,
I
it takes
think so,
council
too.
and commissioners' approval to get the money.
Yeah, it's gonna take both boards to get the money, so that's two different people looking at it. I don't have any issue with that at all. Now, this money here, I mean, this is still the original monies, right? Or is this more money
This
on
is
it?
still the original, that's
Yeah.
correct. It's the,
A lot of that's already been spent.
well, that's part of the issue in, some of the things that were spent that were gonna be submitted to the original grant were not able to be when they changed the course.
Right.
And so we have some things sitting in the wings that people are gonna be asking for.
Good point.
It gets a little complicated.
Yeah.
So theoretically, like the body scanner, and I don't know where the process is on
It's
that.
already paid, but it,
Well, let me finish here. So it's 160,000 or whatever it was. So was it paid out of those funds?
no, it was not. It was potentially to be paid out of
Yes,
that. but it
so-
got-
If I move it to rainy day, we could.
So here's what happened. So we got $1 million, let's call it, for COVID type of stuff. So the body scanner allows the jail to not have to physically touch the inmates anymore, so therefore we approved it out of that money. Well, we haven't actually paid that invoice yet. Now the money's sitting over in rainy day, so theoretically, we're gonna pay that out of general fund and theoretically deplete general fund. Meanwhile, the money's sitting over here in rainy day. So theoretically, if we can tie it together where that 160 comes out of rainy day, I think that'd be great. That way you're not depleting funds over here.
Yeah.
But the practical application of that is kind of where it gets a little hairy. I'm open.
Deal with.
Oh,
yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think by moving it to the rainy day fund and have the commissioners and council approval, that should kind of take care of some of that.
Yeah, as long as that expense comes out of rainy day, whenever you,
Nathan, that expense has already been paid, and it came out of the commissioner's budget county match line item, because at the end of the year, we had to clear up, we could not have a negative balance.
okay, so it
So
came out of the
there's,
commissioners.
there's multiple, challenges that we're facing in the
Okay.
reporting mechanism and the disbursement of these funds, so that's why I'm asking for more help.
How about this? Let's, I don't have a big appetite to have a committee reviewing these things on a monthly or quarterly basis.
That's not my request.
Oh, that's what I heard. I'm sorry, I misheard. So perhaps we have a commissioner and a couple councilmen and whoever get together, focus specifically on this policy, and then hammer out a clearer policy. I'd be okay with that. Maybe have that done in the next 30 days, 15 days.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So what do you want to table this resolution then, or you want to move forward with it?
I think we need to table the resolution and give this resolution to this
Body.
body.
So you agreeing to be the commissioner on that?
Well, no, I was actually looking at our new commissioner on the other end of the table, and if he had any appetite of getting a couple of council members together, and I certainly can. My next 2 weeks are open. I certainly can. So
Well, I think the issue, and I appreciate Patty taking time to explain it to me, is that if you put it in rainy day fund and have the same criteria to pull money out of the rainy day fund, what if the feds come in and audit it and you use it for something other than initial grant? Is that part of it?
I believe that, at least from my interpretation of what information that I'm getting is, if you move it to rainy day, the rainy day fund is appropriated through the council. And those rainy day funds can be used for any lawful purpose, is the way that I read the code. So, that I guess the safety net that I'm asking for is twofold. One, I don't expect that we'll have a federal agent come in and audit us. I don't really expect that, but for the transparency part of it, if we get asked a question of how that money was spent, if we take care of the bookkeeping side of it, we'll be able to run a report. If we're just clear in the direction from the boards on what your long-term goals are for that money, I think it would help offset some of the questions. That's my request.
I think it's a fair request, but I do have time, but I'll offer it up to Ron if he's interested in spearheading that.
Your you're more familiar with it, I just seen you do it on
Okay,
this one.
sure.
But my take is that if we can put it in a rainy day fund without any additional strings attached to it, then that's what we need to do.
Yeah, kind of what I'm thinking is you have the rainy day fund, and then underneath it, you can have general rainy day and then special rainy day or whatever. And then when you have your 160,000, this is the line item that it comes out of, or whatever. But the current process is now we're short 160 on the commissioner's side, so we now have to go theoretically ask for money for
Well, not now, it's,
new commissioner stuff, and they're going to say, "Why do you need more money?" Well, we're going to forget.
Yeah.
But, so it's
it is, I mean.
it gets a little discombobulated.
So generally, the
that's-
commissioners aren't asked on the disbursement of rainy day funds. That is more a council decision, and previously on the coronavirus money, it was a commissioner's lead, and IFA was the fiscal responsibility of that on reimbursement that money. So that was my thought, was just trying to replicate that process so that both
Yeah.
boards would be involved.
Got a policy together that,
Yeah.
where you guys can do
Yeah.
that, and then we can.
Because that's a valid point. I mean, the purpose of this money was to help in the COVID pandemic response. So as the executive branch of the county, we need to ensure that that money is applied as closely to those needs as possible,
Right.
and not to some other needs. So the council, I know they meet on Wednesdays. Have they elected their president yet?
No, that will be done tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Okay, just let me know who the president is, and then I'll reach out to them.
And they've been involved with all of these emails
Okay.
and are involved with the conversation.
Well, if we could add to their agenda tomorrow to give me 3 names, and that way I'll reach out to all 3. If 2 of the 3 can join, then we'll just schedule a 30-minute sync-up meeting. And
I
focus
believe
on-
this is, the same resolution is presented to them tomorrow at their
Okay,
meeting as
awesome.
well.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. I'll make I'm looking for a motion to table the resolution for transfer of funds
We have Commissioner Gebhardt reach out to.
and
yeah.
have Nathan Gabhart reach out to the council and get a board in place to review that resolution.
So moved.
A motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. All right, we got a health department, Moderna COVID vaccination press release here. Kathy's not here today either, so, they just got a press release, and I think they want to make sure everybody realizes it's a two-step process. Nathan, you're more involved in some of this stuff.
Yes, sure. So the Moderna vaccination is the one that we will be having. It's one that does not require the storage of 85 below. So they're all 2 steps. So obviously you start with one brand. You have to stick with that one brand. Our process opened yesterday. You got two ways to schedule an appointment. One is ourshot.in.gov, which is probably the preferable one if you can log in. You can call 211, but I know we had some extended wait times on Friday. We got 100 doses. We're going to get another shipment as of yesterday. My guess is it was a similar amount. We had 51 vaccinations yesterday. So the team is just doing a phenomenal job getting this stuff administered. We'll hear what the governor's update is tomorrow on if we can expand it. Currently, it's 80 and above, so if you're 79 and a half, that's not 80 and above. And it's nerve-wracking, I get it, but just hang in there. We don't know how much we will get until the state tells us a few days in advance, because they don't know how much they're going to get. So to apply this to 350 million people, it's quite a public policy endeavor. So they're actually a really good job. So
Do you know how many vaccines we got this time?
I believe we got 100. I've not confirmed that. We got 100 on Thursday, and then as far as 100 doses. And then we're supposed to get another 100 doses on Monday. And then our shipments are supposed to be delivered every Monday, I believe. And then they should tell us a few days in advance how many
Right.
doses that would be. So
Sounds good.
we'll continue to ramp up, but the key thing is they are not sitting around. And then at the end of each day, I guess make this public too. It's out there. At the end of the day, each day, the doses have 10 doses. The vials have 10 doses per vial. There's only a 6-hour shelf life. So if there's any extra doses at the end of the day, there is a wait list that you can put your name on. that then the team will call just from the top down. If you're available, you can come in and get one of those extra shots so that they're not wasted. So we haven't really asked what's the communication method of choice. I've just been going over to the health department if people has reached out to me, but yeah, I guess you could call or email the health department. And then if there's extra doses, they just be 100 people, there could be 1,000 people on
Right.
that list. So that's what I know on the Moderna.
Sounds good.
All right.
Anything on that, Ron?
Nope.
All right, that was just FYI for the press release for the health department. You guys have anything else for the commissioners today?
No,
Ron?
none here.
Audience, anybody else have anything? All right, with that, I'll look for a motion to pay payroll, pay claims, and adjournment.
So moved.
A motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.